Silver has got so much potential in the future, and I'm not just talking about the potential of $1,000 an ounce, spot price explosion. We're talking about actual sustained growth from industry, from things that are needed within the modern world that we're fast approaching, and the world is changing. There is no doubt about that. So silver will be in demand, and I want to take a good close look at a lot of the different things that will fuel that going forward into the future. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for another precious metal ramble. And I want to talk today about silver's use within this modern world and its potential uses going forward in the future. We all know and love the bullion products of silver, these wonderful coins made by various different companies and mints and private individuals like myself that poured silver all around the world. But silver is predominantly an industrial metal. It is used within a multitude of different industries. It has a number of very unique properties, and it has been an industrial metal predominantly for a very long time, and I don't see that changing anytime soon for the negative. In fact, I can foresee silver being used more and more, and the demand for it growing more and more into the future. And that's what forms the vast majority of my thinking as to why silver is a good thing to own. It has potential for the future above and beyond the monetary metal value of things like gold. Gold will sit there. It will not necessarily perform like silver. We've seen in previous bull runs on the metals that silver often outperforms its yellow counterpart. That's because it's more volatile, it has more uses, and when industry ramps up, like when we're coming out of coronavirus and the world's lockdowns, and industry starts really kicking into overdrive, we will see this growth and this demand for silver continue to grow. And that growth and that demand has fueled quite a lot of new investment into mining this stuff out of the ground. Now, I did a video a couple of weeks ago about a mining company. If you've not seen that, then go and check it out. And today we are once again sponsored by another junior mining company. A big thank you to Silverton Metal Corp for their sponsorship. If you want to find out more information about them, there's a link down in the description below to their website. I'm going to put a link to their corporate presentation as well, and some of their information that they've presented for why they are a pure silver focused mining company, which is an incredibly rare thing in this world. As I showed in a video not so long ago, that some mining companies will focus on a whole multitude of different metals, and often silver will be the byproduct of those mines, which is really interesting. Now, part of Silverton's appeal is that they are this focus on silver, which is great to see, but there is also the potential in some of the plots and properties that they've got in Mexico that silver is not going to be the only thing there. There are plenty of reasons that why silver is going to be popular in the future as an industrial demand, and one of those is that it is not actually that rare a metal. It's very common to find silver just in the ground. A lot of people say it's very rare metal, we're running out of it. It's not necessarily rare, it's just rarer than other metals, and it's not quite as rare as gold, for example. So for Silverton Metals to be a silver only focus is, I think, quite interesting. And as I said, all of the information is down below. I'm now going to present some of their reasonings why they think silver is big for the future and why they have focused so heavily on getting this stuff out the ground just as a sole focus, which I think is really interesting. So we all know that silver investing, silver bullion products are very popular, and there is no doubt that that market share is actually growing quite considerably. There's been a huge shift in this world from people waking up to seeing that actually there are quite a lot of problems in terms of money and finances and debt and all of the multitude of issues that's happened over this last 18 months or so. You've only got to look at the various different sort of Wall Street silver and Wall Street bets movements to see that silver has become more popular. I've certainly started to see more of that come out here on YouTube. Loads more people making videos, which is great and fantastic to see. But that does form a small part of the bigger picture. And one of the biggest things that I've said before on my channel as well, is I think that silver within solar energy, within electric automotive industries, That's the big thing. Those are the things that are going to fuel this growth going forwards, especially solar energy, and that's quite apt with the blazing sunlight coming down onto our table today. Silver is incredibly unique and very, very beneficial within these industries, and it's not something that we've only just discovered, but the fact that there is all of this crying out for green energy, for new changes to the way that we used to work, and getting into sort of photovoltaic energy supply and generation, I think is going to fuel a lot of this growth going forwards into the future. Along with all of that, there's a whole multitude of things. It'd be too much to go into detail on all of them, but we've got silver within electrical components, within 5G networks, within medicine, silver as catalysts within various different industries as well, aerospace, water purification, silver in windows even, to coat windows in hot climates. And goodness me, we know that that's going to be something potentially of to factor in going forwards with climate change. Silver in photography is a really interesting one. However, that I think is not necessarily worthy of addition anymore, because digital photography now, everybody with a camera that's infinitely better than the old film cameras just in your pockets now with phones. But, it is still out there. People do still use it, and silver within jewellery, of course, as well. So for Silverton Metals to be a silver-only focus, I think a lot of what we've talked about there, a lot of what they've presented there really does make sense in terms of the potential for silver into the future. Now, as I said, this is a sponsored video for Silverton Metals. I do want to make it clear, though, that they are a junior mining company, and whilst they sponsored this video, they're not telling me what my opinion is. It's a very high-risk investment. I think a lot of people would understand that and see that. It's very much on the cards of high risk, high reward. That's definitely not for everybody, for sure. But if you are interested, as I said, there's links down in the description below to their website and to their tickers, and you can find out all of their kind of corporate presentations and things. What I will say is that it is interesting that they seem to have a different way of looking at it to a lot of other companies out there. The silver focus is the thing that's interesting, and it's the thing that I want to sort of reiterate here, that you don't see that a lot from a lot of different mining companies and mining corporations. You often find that silver is the byproduct, as I said. Now, what will be telling is whether or not Silverton Metals actually continues with the silver focus, because as you may have seen, I mean, I'm not going to read off all of these different things here, but for example, their plot in Pluton. The Pluton property is within the prolific carbonate replacement, gold, silver, zinc and lead, I can't do pronunciations, Huela Mampi mining district in northern Mexico. Now, from what I've gathered from their corporate presentation and everything, that site is historically very rich in silver, but also in other metals as well. And it's not just silver that is going to be in demand from industry going forwards. So the diversification potential for Silverton is interesting and definitely something not to be ignored. So that's my thoughts on the situation, and I do want to reiterate my thanks to Silverton Metals for their sponsorship of today's video. And if you want to find out more information, then there's a link down below, and you'll probably seen the ticker flash up a few times on there for their stock and everything that you might want to look to invest in them. For me, as I said, it is a high risk investment, and it's very important that you guys do your own research. And to that end, there are links to their corporate presentation and everything that you might want to know down there. So thank you once again to everybody for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed the content that we're making, then please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Otherwise, that is it from me. A big thank you to you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.